folks, thanks for checking out the lesson here for new Camptown races in the key of B flat of all keys here. But this is a Frank Wakefield tune that's been made kind of popular over the years as an old-time fiddle tune, right? And yes, it's done in B flat, so I'll be capoing up on the 3rd fret. And we're going to be learning essentially 2 variations, certainly for the A part, and kind of a 3rd variation as well. The B part just 1, but this is a big tune here, and I'm going to break everything down note for note, and I've got a rather straight ahead, although a bit notey, arrangement for this tune. And if you want to download all the tablature, the multi-speed backing tracks, which I'll have 4 different speeds, and access Sound Slice, click the link in the description below. Alright, let's check out that first A part. Alright, so let's go ahead and start breaking down the first part of new Camptown races. Put those first 5 measures on the screen. And of course, I'm capo on the 3rd fret here, and I'm playing out of G position, all while sounding the key of B flat, okay? Not too many fiddle tunes in B flat, but this one is, and is always played, usually, with the capo on the 3rd fret. So, here's what the first few sound like here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Again, 2, 3. Okay, it's got a very major sounding feel to it, right? Using a lot of the major scale. Yeah, it's got that texture to it. And it has a pickup on beat 4 there on the open low E string, and then the 2nd fret, 4 and, right? 4 and. And then measure 2, 3, 2, 3 on the low string. Open A, 2nd fret A, open D, 2nd fret D, pull back to the open D, and then open G. Has very similar movement to a few different tunes, Red Wing being one of them. Also, Billy in the Low Ground essentially does the same kind of movement from the low octave up to the high octave, for those of you that are all in the fiddle tune world a lot. All right, and then measure 3, we land on the open G, and then 0-2 hammer on the G, then open G again, 2 on the D, open D, 2 on the A. A little more major pentatonic sounding there, but again, always kind of blending the scales and the textures together. Then measure 4, we go to the 4 chord, the C, and we do a similar movement on that chord here. So 3 on the A, 2, 3, open D, 2, 4 slide on the D, open G, back to 2. So I'm going to shift up and shift back down with that 2nd finger. Okay. And then measure 5, we simply just land on the G, and we just kind of fill it in with the strum. Could be any old strum here, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 and is what I have written. Down, down, up, down, up. Okay, keep that right hand moving no matter what. So I put all 5 of those together, and here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3. Moving on here, I'm gonna catch this next note with my 1st finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, okay? You could maybe use your 2nd finger too, totally would work, but I'm going to use my 1st finger. And, you know, the chord changes here. We go to E minor, so the 6, then it goes to the 2, to the A, and then the 5. So 6, 2, 5, 1 kind of thing here. But here's what they sound like. Measure 10 kind of starts that phrase over again. Kind of have the first phrase and the 2nd phrase of this A part here. So, but back to measure 6, land on the 2nd fret of the D there. quarter note, and then 2, 4, then open G, and then G back to 4 on the D. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and going on. Still on that D string there. 2, open, 2, 4, then open G, then 0, 1 on the G string. And that's kind of the pickup into the 2 chord, kind of a leading us and pulling the listener's ear into the 2 chord. Then measure 8, 2, 1, 2, open G, 4 on the D, open G, 4, 2. So that measure exactly. And I might let this ring together, that little interval there. I know it's crunchy by itself, but you go by so quickly though, and then I don't have to move my finger as well. And it really kind of starts with that pickup in the measure before on beat 4. This is a long consecutive 8th note run here going on. Open D, 2, open. 3 on the A, 2, 3 hammer on the A, 2 on the A, open A. Then next measure, again that phrase starts over. This measures exactly like measure 2. Okay, same exact thing. And also kind of make note that I do a lot of alternate picking, of course, but I don't have a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs in this tune. I have some where I thought it just kind of fit and made sense, and you could add some, you could take some out and pick all the notes, but it's a lot of just kind of straight picking, right? And you can add them, but usually this tune gets going so fast, it's almost better just to keep that flow going, that alternate picking, but, you know, like... could add a bunch of them in there if you so choose. Anyway, I just want to make a note about that. Okay, yeah, so going on here now to measure 11, open G. This is all the same. And then, okay, and so in measure 14 and 15 over the E minor, that's kind of the hook of the tune. That's something, you know, you want to make sure you got real strong. Very recognizable when you hear that little lick. You're like, oh yeah, new Camptown Races lick. So measure 11, again, just like measure 3, open G, 0, 2 hammer, open G again, D, open D, 2 on the A, measure 12. Again, we've already done that. Measure 13, just like measure 5. Exact same strumming pattern there. Then measure 14, we're gonna do a little, I'm gonna slide in to the D string here, 2nd fret, 1, then open D, 2nd fret A. So 3 chord notes in a row, pretty easy. You can slide in with your 2nd finger or your 1st finger, but and I'm gonna strum the E minor chord. Measure 15, 0, 2 hammer on the D. Open D, 2nd fret A, strum. They're pretty identical measures, although there's lots of room for variation in there, but that's a straight ahead version. All right, and the next few measures. Okay, so essentially here, I've, you know, the fiddle tunes, this one goes A, A, B, and then like half an A at the end of the tune. It's one of those kind of fiddle tunes. And instead of just repeating this first A part, which you could totally do, you could just repeat here from measure 17 back to measure 2. It would totally work and be acceptable. But I also have a variation on the A part melody here. Okay, so we're going to play it up an octave and almost the same exact melody, but just might be a little different here and there. But that's what we got going on. Okay, so just taking that same melody, playing it up an octave, and playing out this 2nd A part here. So, yeah. Measure 16, finishing the first A. 2 on the A, open. 3 on the low E. 2, pull to 0, back to 3 on the low. Then open E, second fret E, third fret. And then a short little strum here. So 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, and then 2, 4. We got to get ready to repeat. 2, 4 on the D. Okay, so let me play the first A part in its entirety for you, and then yeah, you can see how it goes. Play along with me. So here we are. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's the first A part. If you want to learn the rest of this tune, which there's a lot to be learned here yet, and access the multi-speed backing tracks and access Sound Slice, you can slow down and loop things, click the link in the description below to learn how, and I'll move on when you're ready.